Hello everyone, it's Cribini and Tina.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody just having a wonderful day and that you're in the best of health.
Yes, with health as always being most important. You and I were having a discussion about costs and how these companies keep monetizing on our emotional attachment to things. So that's what we're going to get into today. How the emotional attachment to a belonging, not a person, could be costly in the long run. So I had to look it up. You know me, and I love definitions as much as I do numbers. I wanted to know if there was a technical definition for this thing called, and I found out what it is, hoarding. HD, hoarding disorder. It's when you build an unhealthy emotional attachment to objects. Now we're talking things that are around your house every day that you think you can, or some of us cannot live without. Now you might have a feeling, I told you, of like closeness, or you hold affection to certain objects because they mean something to you, and it builds up over time. Oh, you have something on your eyelashes. And you don't even notice that you're doing it. So it could be possibly pictures, like my mother has pictures everywhere in the house. Everywhere. Every wall, every counter, pictures. And, you know, some people it's pictures. Other times it's things like souvenirs that you said souvenirs that you acquire out on trips.
Absolutely.
So he buys a trinket that costs $1. We end up taking it to every single house we move because he's built an unhealthy emotional attachment to this belonging. It might be something you purchased with someone close to you, so then that thing becomes like a symbol of your relationship with that person or your love for that person. The person may have passed. It might be a relative that passed something down and you had a close relationship with that relative, so you're unwilling to part with that thing. But sometimes that's also signs of emotional dependency. We really do get dependent on our belongings. And it's kind of like, to break it down, if I'm thinking psychologically, it's almost like it makes you feel like you're well off. And I always use this example. It's some of us who are generationally impoverished. So we grew up in a generation that didn't make as much, didn't do as well, wasn't as educated. You know, I don't know if I've ever mentioned on the channel, but I've told Eric a million times, my mother had a high school degree. My father never graduated from high school. So when you come from that kind of, I don't want to say poverty like we had nothing, but a little poor, and then you make it, you know, you start making money and you start buying things. The things become attached to your identity or your status. And you think, I have to keep these things. I have to keep bringing these things everywhere because these things show who I am. And I said that's unhealthy because then it's giving you your sense of worth, which nothing objectively should give you your sense of, you should have a sense of worth inward. About yourself.
Within yourself.
Yeah, and then that just shows that there might be some feelings of inadequacy somewhere in your psyche that maybe you want to work on. And we have plenty of videos that we've done on, you know, things you might need to think about, things you might need to downsize, and, you know, reasons for being stuck where you're at. So movers and moving companies know that you want and that you need all those belongings. They are counting on it. In fact, they bet so highly that you're going to want to drag all that stuff that they have made multi-billion-dollar companies based on just that, right?
Just
that. We're talking moving companies, shipping companies, storage companies, hell, packing companies. People don't even want to pack themselves anymore. So all these companies are just hoping and praying you cannot disattach yourself from all of your belongings. And that's when it gets costly. Because if you're moving, and we're talking even from state to state, because remember, I came from the Midwest. You came over from what coast?
East Coast.
To the West.
To the West.
So that's a huge move. So you guys could just be moving and you just might not even be thinking about living outside the box yet. You might just need or want to get out of your state to go to another state because, hey, we know COVID's killed a lot of jobs. And there might be better opportunities, less, cost of living wherever you're moving to. But if you have to constantly keep moving, then those companies are going to make that money because you need to constantly move all the stuff you get. And let's face it, we don't get less, we get more. People don't. Consumerism has never stopped. Unless it's COVID and they close all the stores. That's literally the only way. But consumerism is what it is, especially in the United States. We're talking about United States.
Right.
But now let's say that they're thinking about actually moving outside the box.
Right.
You've harped on the reasons and the things that you need to downsize.
Right. And that's some stuff you had for all those years, stuff like that. And, it's just time to give it some thought. Do I really need this? Am I really using this?
Right.
It's collecting dust. It's collecting mold. And I can definitely relate to what Tina was saying, because even, say for instance, you wasn't moving out the country and you was staying in the States and you moved from state to state. I noticed something about moving companies, especially U-Haul. They got certain different sizes of U-Haul trucks.
Yes.
That you can use. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom,
whole house,
3 bedroom, whole house, okay? And they bang on you to get the biggest one so he can charge you the most money.
So what happens when you have to relocate again and again and again? What if your forever destination ends up not being your forever destination and you're forced to have to move again? What if you think outside the box, you come to, let's just use for example, the DR, and you move to the DR and then you decide, I don't know, you want to move to Brazil or Ecuador or Spain or Canada, wherever. Every single stop is a moving company, a shipping company, dock fees, and everything else that is associated with it. So remember, most stuff you can strap on your back, you're going to end up having to pay for. That's all I have to say. In the end, it's really going to come down to, do you want the headaches? Because let me tell you, you always want to do your homework. I tell you, knowledge is power. You want to make sure that you're looking into, what can I leave and just rebuy where I'm going? What's available in the country or city that I'm going to? What would cost me more to buy there that I might possibly think I might want to take with me? These are things that you need to take into consideration. It's going to be part of the headache breakup, is what I call it, scenario. The headache of thinking about it, the breakup of actually leaving it or saying I'm going to donate it. And what headaches do you want to put up with when you have to do all your due diligence and homework on these moving, these shipping, and these storage companies to ensure that you're not taken for a ride and your things aren't stolen? Don't hit me up in the comments asking me for places. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother video. But we have a consultation service. But it takes time and energy to find suitable packing, moving companies. It takes money to ship said things. So what it really comes down to is, what do you want to do? Because what you want to do might not be what I want to do. And what I want to do might not be what you want to do.
And don't forget, each shipping container comes with a different price. Whether it's 20 foot, 40 foot, or whatever, comes with a different price.
Yes.
Something to think about. So, in the meantime, between the time, always remember that life is to be enjoyed.
Yes. Always make sure to hit that subscribe. Always hit notifications. Give this and all videos a thumbs up, because hitting subscribe and hitting thumbs up is a free and easy way to patron the channel so we can change that algorithm and bring you great content. And always remember that all information is underneath every video and that we also provide a one-on-one consulting service. So if you have questions and some needs and some things you need to be asking us to get outside of the box, hit us up at buymeacoffee.com/KirbyNee and we'll be happy to help.
So until the next video, happy shipping.